Hello everyone. So today's video topic is about the respiration in plants. So what are these respiration? So basically we know that there is a constant exchange of gases between us and between the atmospheric gases. So oxygen is inhaled by us and the carbon dioxide is exhaled by us also and by plants also. So all living organisms basically inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. Some maybe inhale carbon dioxide and some may exhale oxygen. So if oxygen is inhaled, then it must be used for any purpose, or if we say if we inhale oxygen inside our body, so this oxygen gas is basically is on the purpose. So similarly, if carbon dioxide is exhaled out of the body, then it must be is because it is not required in the body. So this important life process is called basically the respiration. So respiration is basically the bodily process of the inhalation and the exhalation of the gases, and it is the process of taking in the oxygen and the releasing of carbon dioxide. Now the question arises that what is the role of the oxygen and the carbon dioxide that is thrown outside of the body. So these process involve the consumption of oxygen and the liberation of carbon dioxide and some amount of water. So the oxygen inhaled is used to basically the burn, or we can say oxidize, or the another term that is used, that is breakdown of the glucose molecules. These glucose are basically the food that we eat and that is stored inside the cell also. So the breakdown of this glucose or the food material is basically the process of respiration. Now this reaction produce energy that is required for the body for for the activation of the all kind of activities. Now the water and the carbon dioxide, that is the end product or the byproduct of this reaction. The process occurs inside the mitochondria. Now if we talk about the another feature of this respiration, that means that this process occurs inside the mitochondria of the cell, and that's why this is called the cellular respiration. Now the last feature says that this is exactly opposite to the process of photosynthesis. As we all know that in the plant, basically the photosynthesis is the process of the synthesis of the food for the growth of the plant, and in the respiration process these food molecules or the glucose molecules are break down to produce some amount of energy that is required by the plant or by us or by the human body. Now if we see the equation of this respiration in the plants, this basically include the glucose molecules, that is the formula, chemical formula is C6H12O6, with the combination of the oxygen. That means the oxygen is used, or in the presence of oxygen these glucose molecules is basically break down into the three byproducts. The first one is the carbon dioxide, the second one is the water, and some amount of energy. It depends upon the nature of the respiration. That means if you see that the oxygen is present or oxygen is absent, in the both cases the number of amount of energy is also vary. Now we will understand about the classification of this respiration. So basically the respiration is classified into two types. The first one is the aerobic respiration and the second one is anaerobic respiration. So in aerobic respiration we already know that there is a presence of oxygen, and in the anaerobic, that is opposite to the aerobic, that means in the absence of oxygen. Now we will understand from this differentiation between the aerobic and the anaerobic. The second point says that it involves the exchange of gases between an organism and the environment. Basically, in the aerobic respiration, it involves the exchange of gases between an organism or the plant and between the environment gases. Or in the anaerobic, the exchange of gases is absent. So there is no exchange of gases between the between anaerobic respiration. In the third point, we say that it occurs in the cytoplasm and the mitochondria of the cell. Aerobic respiration is basically for the human body or the animal body. So these mainly occurs in the cell organelles, that is the cytoplasm, and another cell organelle, that is the mitochondria. And in the anaerobic respiration, these occurs in only in the cytoplasm region. So the fourth one says that it always release carbon dioxide and some amount of water with some amount of energy also. But in the anaerobic reaction or anaerobic respiration, the end product is may varies from time to time. Now the fifth one says that in the aerobic respiration, it produces or it yields 38 ATP. 38 ATP means that this ATP is basically the currency, or we can say the amount of energy that is produced by the organism from the breakdown of the glucose molecules. So this ATP is basically the adenosine triphosphate. So in aerobic respiration there is the amount of 38 ATP energy is produced, but in the anaerobic respiration it yields only 2 ATP, that means 2 adenosine triphosphate molecules. So this was about the introduction of the respiration basically in the plant and the classification, that is the aerobic and the anaerobic. In the next part of the video we will understand about the aerobic reaction, respiration, and how it involves with the four main steps. So till then, thanks for watching.